So I haven't made a video in about 3 days. I want to apologize for that, but there's been a lot on my mind. There's been a lot of things I'm trying to figure out, and I feel like there's an element, to my channel that's missing. And I think that honestly, that one thing that I still have left to do is to be like completely brutally honest and share everything about myself with you guys. I help people with many different things on this channel, but I don't give everything that I feel and have gone through, every little experience I've been through. And I feel like for me to really connect with you guys more, this is something that I should do. I debated doing these types of videos and the one that I'm about to do now, but this is just something that has been on my mind. Something that happened to me, when I was 10 years old was my baby sister of 2 months passed away. She died of SIDS, or sudden infant death syndrome. There's a lot of controversy involved with it because she was at the babysitters. And I have a sister in the middle that is currently 2.5 years younger than me that was there. This was after school. The bus dropped her off, and then the babysitter had the baby. Apparently she was crying. My sister said that the blankets were over her, and she tried to get the attention of the babysitter because apparently the kids weren't allowed in the room where the baby was. And she was like on the phone, talking on the phone forever, and then she said out of nowhere she didn't hear anything. The baby wasn't crying anymore, and then the babysitter like screamed, and she was trying to give her CPR, and she did it multiple times and tried to bring her back. It's hard for me because my sister was there seeing all that, and she was like 7.5. And I was 10 years old, and I would go to my great-grandmother's house after school. And that's where I found out the news. My grandmother showed up, and she immediately got my great-grandmother and brought her to the bathroom in the back. And I knew something was weird, but I didn't know exactly what. Then I heard crying back there. And then I just had this crazy panic, and my heart, my chest got tight. And I remember walking outside, scared. I was like, oh my God, somebody's died. And I was thinking of all the people that it could be. Never in my life have I thought it would have been my 2-month-old sister. The bad thing about it was I was outside, and then my aunt at the time by marriage got out of the car. I guess she came with my grandmother, and she's like, is everything okay? And she's coming up to me wanting to hug me. And I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Is everything okay? Yes, everything's okay, because I hadn't found out the news just yet. And then right at that time, my grandmother told me to come up there. She had to talk to me, and she told me that, my baby sister had died. And they didn't know how, that she had just stopped breathing. And I remember crying and crying and crying with my great-grandmother and my grandmother at the time. It was just really, really difficult on me. Some of the things, it's affected me, especially lately, because I was thinking about it the past couple months. She would have been graduating this past May. And that's the thing that gets me, is that she missed out on so much stuff. She didn't get to experience the innocence of a child. She didn't get to, go to school. She didn't get to have a snow cone. She didn't get to do anything. And she was so beautiful. She was so beautiful. I remember she was the light of my world. I was so excited to be a big brother, I got up with her every night. Whenever she would cry, I actually did it more than my parents did at times. I would get up with her. I remember falling asleep with her on the couch all the time. I was so proud, to be her big brother. And it's just one of those things, where death, we're never expecting death, and it's not something we should think about all the time. But it can sneak up on you. And I remember the morning that I said bye to her before she left, and it was it's crazy because you just don't know when the last time you're going to see somebody. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional. I'm not sorry I'm getting emotional. You guys just aren't used to seeing me like this, but you never know what somebody is actually going through, okay? Everybody has their issues, their struggles. I cried just like the rest of you guys. But hug the person that you love. Squeeze them tight. You know, I couldn't imagine how my parents felt because I have a 1-year-old baby girl and a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old, but I couldn't imagine losing any of them, much less somebody who just got started in life. And it's just one of those things that you don't understand. I mean, it doesn't seem fair at all for any child to be taken away. And the thing is like, I think about all the stuff that I got to do in my life that she didn't get to do. I think about what she'd look like today, how close we would be. And that hurts me still, but it's never easy. It gets better, of course, as time goes on. You accept things. I hold it in a lot. I don't discuss it a lot. It greatly affected me. I remember I was a horrible kid back then. I got in trouble and I didn't make good grades all the way up to the 6th grade. And after after she had passed away, I remember my 6th grade teacher, who I gave so many problems, she showed up to the funeral. And it changed my life, because after that, I started making all A's. I got my behavior in check, and I made pretty much all A's the rest of my life. And got scholarships to college and everything, and was an honor student. Turned my whole life around. I don't know if I would have ever done that if she had passed away. But I would, there's times I think about it. I would do anything to switch spots and let her live some. What I want you to get out of this video, guys, I know I've gone on a little bit too long, but I want you to know that you just gotta love the people that are close to you. Put the grudges aside. Spend as much quality time with people that you can, because you just don't know, and it's not meant to be a sad thing. You just don't want to have any regrets. Love while you can. That's what I want you guys to take from this. Love while you can. And what I want you guys to do is, I know I made this about my sister, but I know a lot of you guys have people that have passed away too, and that you love, and it affects you and it hurts you. I want you to break YouTube and put all their names down below in the comment section. Let us know their names, their ages, and what they meant to you. You can tell any type of story that you want. And I want to give rest in pieces and prayers, and to make this into a prayer chain. Not just a tribute to my sister, but to everybody that's passed. Because death sucks. We all know that. But it's a way for everybody to get something off their chest. If they're holding anything in, share it below, please. I love all of you. And if you're new to my channel, this is the first thing that you're seeing of me. I smile a lot more than this. And you're welcome to head over to my channel and subscribe if you'd like to. But thank y'all so much, and y'all have a good one.